Welcome into this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. I am your fearless leader, Tyler Jones, here with you. Thanks for joining us. We have a couple of new UDFAs that have signed with the Seahawks since we brought you the update on Sunday. We'll go over those new names. We'll give out some grades, and we'll talk about a couple players that stand out to me here on today's show. Before we do that, I got a challenge from Chase Sr. in the 49ers report. He said, Tyler, there is no way you guys can gain 100 new subscribers on today's video. And I said, Chase, we've done it multiple times this week. We gained over 500 subs on our grades video. We gained 200 subs on our UDFAs video. We will do it again. We will do it again. The 12s will deliver. I can always count on you, folks. For the latest happenings on your Seattle Seahawks throughout the entire offseason, from our daily news and rumors, our live shows each and every Monday and Wednesday. We're also bringing you breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. If you're a diehard 12, you got to be subscribed to the channel. Prove Chase Sr. and the 49ers report wrong. Stick it to them. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. Let's go over the full list of UDFAs. There are 16 total at the time of this recording that have signed with Seattle. They include Zai Alexander, the corner from LSU, as well as Jackson Woodard, the linebacker from UNLV, Waxter the second, a defensive back from Villanova, along with Tyrone Broden, a wide receiver from the University of Arkansas. Also on the list is Connor O'Toole, a defensive end from Utah, T.J. Jackson II, a defensive lineman from West Virginia. And we also have Wy'Kevious Thomas, a defensive lineman. He is from America, but that stands for South Alabama. We also have J.R. Singleton, defensive lineman from Iowa State. And then that's about half of them. Let's go over the next half. Amari Kight, the offensive tackle from UCF. Marshall Lang, tight end from Northwestern. Seth Coleman, linebacker from Illinois, also on this list, as is Jalen Gaines, a defensive lineman from Illinois State at the FCS level. The final four include Isaiah Hamilton, a corner from Ole Miss, Jacardia Wright, a running back from Missouri State. He comes over from the FCS level, the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Here's a new name for you, folks. We'll talk more about him coming up later. Jared Ivey, defensive end from Mississippi. He was a name that was expected to be called in the draft. He ended up slipping. A nice late find for Seattle. And then the last name on the list, a new one as well. That is Federico Morangus, the center from FAU from Florida Atlantic, also on this list. For me, I give this a B for the UDFAs. And if we're going to be honest with you, I don't think that there's a ton of names on this list that have a chance to make the 53-man roster. And that's okay. You're not going to really find too many when it comes to UDFAs that have much of a chance anyway. But even with that said, there's still a few on this list that I really like, including a new one that just got added in Jared Ivey. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about a few others coming up in just a moment. Before we do that, folks, looking at the list of UDFAs, how would you grade them? Get your grades in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. You saw my grade. I gave it a B. I want to hear from you guys. Weigh in the comment section and let us know. Seahawks Today is your one-stop shop for all things Seattle Seahawks as we bring you our daily news and rumors, and we're bringing you more content than ever before. I got to tell you, I'm working hard. Big Tex, he's working his ass off. We're just trying to deliver everything we can for the 12s around here because you guys are awesome. We have had the best year in the history of this channel from 2024 into 2025. You guys have been remarkable, and it is my honor and privilege to do this show with you each and every day. And the next thing that we can do to take this show to the next level is continue to grow and add new people. One day, we're going to get to 100,000 subscribers, brick by brick. But we need new subscribers each and every day to eventually reach that milestone for the elite coverage you deserve on your Seattle Seahawks, from the draft to free agency, trades, getting you ready for training camp, mini camps, and all. You got to be subscribed. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications Anytime the Seahawks have some breaking news, we're going to be on top of it. I don't care if I'm at home at the Jones Zone or if I'm here in the studio. We're going to bring you a video here on the channel. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Let's start with Jared Ivey, as promised. And I got to tell you, I really like Jared Ivey. I was surprised that he did not get drafted. He had some really good production at Ole Miss this past season. 42 total tackles, 11 TFLs, 7 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. And think about this, too, as you look at that stat there. At the college level, because the college game is so much different than the NFL game, with how much the offenses are spread out, it is harder to get sacks. It is harder to put up the production numbers that you see at the NFL level. So 7 sacks in the Southeastern Conference, that's impressive, folks, along with the 11 TFLs and the 2 forced fumbles. Checks in at 6'5", 7'8", so he's basically 6'6", 274, 23 years old, out of the state of Georgia, a redshirt senior. Let's go over his scouting report here for you. He's a very good run defender with everything you look for in a stellar edge. What's one thing we've talked about with Mike Macdonald, folks? That when it comes to these edge rushers, he doesn't like guys that are just pass rushing specialists. He likes guys that can defend the run as well. That's part of the reason why Darrell Taylor isn't here anymore, all right? So that's not a problem with Jared Ivey. He can get after the quarterback, and he can stop the run. Large size with plus power and great pop in his hands. Some tweener concerns between edge and defensive tackle. Tom Downey and his rankings had him as the number 24 edge in this draft. Also had him as the 153rd player overall. So you can see why we expected his name to get called, but ultimately that did not happen. Another name that I like is Zai Alexander, the corner from LSU. Seattle did not draft a corner in this year's draft, but we did see John Schneider go heavy in these UDFAs at the corner position. And Zai Alexander, with his track record, he has as good a shot as any of these UDFAs to potentially make this 53-man roster. His stats last year, 33 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups. Not bad size at 6'1", 3/8", 178 out of Louisiana, 23 years old, a redshirt senior. Here is his scouting report, and you can see based on Downey's rankings, we expected his name to be called as the 179th overall player and the 20th best corner in this draft. A very good tackler with ball skills and size. Athletic limitations raise some concerns and could result in a possible move to safety. He will play tall at times, which also impacts his speed as well. So, who is your favorite UDFA signing to this point? We're going to talk about one that might be my favorite of them all. I like all 3 of these guys that we're focusing on, but I want to hear from you. Let me know who your favorite UDFA signing is. Speaking of the rookies, we have their jerseys on sale now at chatsports.com/Seahawks rookies. And whether it's Gray Zabel or Jalen Milroe, we got them all, folks. And you may be seeing on your screen right now, Jalen Milroe with 00, Gray Zabel with number 1. Well, when we get their numbers, that'll be the jersey you end up getting. So no need to fear. The numbers are almost here. And these jerseys are going to go quick. So you need to go ahead and jump on these and get these jerseys now. They'll be great for the summertime. Chatsports.com/Seahawks rookies to get yours today. And at that same link, maybe you don't want a rookie. Maybe you want a Sam Darnold jersey or a Cooper Kupp jersey, whoever it may be. We got them all at that same link. Go to chatsports.com/Seahawks rookies to get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. One more name I want to talk about today, and that is Jackson Woodard out of UNLV at the linebacker position. He was a 2-time All-Mountain West Conference selection. He was the Mountain West Player of the Year in 2024, and he was a tackling machine. 135 tackles, 17 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. He checks in at 6'2", 1/8", 230 pounds, 22-year-old redshirt senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And the rankings on him, we had him as the number 21 linebacker in this draft, number 271st player overall. And this is his scouting report. Great production at UNLV, including 5 interceptions over the last 2 years. triggers well once he sees the play, just a touch late on processing. So that's something that he can work on. Athletic ability is also a bit of a question mark as well, but nonetheless, he's an extremely hard worker, and there are things to like about him there as far as that goes. So there you have it. That is a look, an updated look at the UDFAs, as well as our grades and some players to watch. We'll have more coverage throughout the offseason on everything you need to know about the 2025 rookie class. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.